Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Moonshot Monday, episode 2, one of the newest series on my channel, discussing a coin that we're going to be highlighting for the week, along with some trade ideas and discussing some recent news and up and coming news for that coin. This week we're going to be taking a look at Pump, so let's get into it. Just before we get into the video, I want to make sure you understand this video is for informational purposes only and reflects my personal views, is not financial advice, and always consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. Thank you. So Pump is obviously a coin that everyone has been paying attention to. So far this month, we've seen a 190% growth from Pump, or around about 190%. If you want to be more specific, we're going to see, 176% upside move for Pump. If you don't know what Pump is, it's a Solana-based decentralized platform. It's basically designed for launching and trading meme coins with minimal friction and using Solana's high speed and low cost blockchain. And this is really enabling the meme coin growth that we've seen. I think Pump making up around 50% total of the meme coins that are made, which is massive. And obviously had some ups and downs since the launch. Had a really good launch followed by a move down by about 70%. And in terms of central exchanges, this was pretty rough, but a really nice bounce back, and we can see we're now trading back above that listing high for Pump. It had some few weeks where it was being frowned upon. We saw some crazy live streams being made with people doing some really bizarre things to try and get attention and get people to buy their meme coin. So this live streaming was actually paused and had a little bit of a hiatus until recently, where they've just relaunched the live stream feature. And you can see quite a few high caliber streamers already rotating over there and adding good content creator incentives for them to move there. So this could be something that continues to expand as we see streamers look for a move towards Pump, as they are making some really good gross income at the moment. So a really good move from Pump Fund there to relight the live stream and maybe add a bit more of a light-hearted feel to the way the live streaming is used rather than what we've seen in the past. So this is something that's pretty new for Pump, and I wouldn't say it's one of the main reasons why we moved up, but it's definitely an incentive and a reason that Pump has been trading so well recently. Along with that, Pump Fund has executed on 85 mil token buybacks. That's totaling around 5% of the circulating supply, and I think around 4% of that being within the last month. So some huge buybacks from the team, again offering some good inflow towards Pump, and again another reason why prices has been trading up really well lately. Recently, a Binance listing for Pump, which was on the 12th of September. I've actually been looking at the Binance listings for coins over the past 2 years, and historically, I would say more so on the futures side of things. But when we do see a futures listing, this listing for Pump was actually a spot listing, but for futures listing and some spot listings, we do see it has quite a poor effect on price, and with a lot of coins local topping around within a week or around the day of when the Binance listing took place. We can see that since the 12th, since we saw the listing, Pump has still accelerated higher with around about a 53% move. So this is a pretty good sign. For now, we're going to keep an eye on it. A good sign that the initial pump from the Binance listing, which we can see here as I put on the chart, we've traded really strong since the Binance spot listing. So I really like to see this. And in terms of price action, this is something that is quite positive, that we don't instantly sell off from that Binance listing. And like I said, it usually comes down to the perp side of things rather than the spot. But overall, something to be aware of. We are in that first week of trading since the listing, so we're just outside the first week of listing, so we're going to keep an eye on it. But overall, I don't think that's anything to be worried about too much. Something else to highlight is the fact that Pump Fund mobile downloads have surged from number 165 all the way up to 110 so far this month. So the interest and adoption for Pump Fund is definitely increasing. People are becoming more aware of it, and mobile downloads are positive, because I always think mobile downloads have a high correlation to normies and normies coming into the market. Not always, but you'd find that a lot of normies would opt to buying and downloading on Pump Fund on their phone. The last thing I want to comment on is also the fact that we're seeing some airdrop rumors. So multiple reasons now and why there might be slight incentive for Pump to keep going up. Obviously, we also have the Sol TATs going on at the moment. A lot of indirect flow from Sol to Pump, I think, as Pump being one of the main ecosystem coins of Solana right now. A lot of people are using it as a sort of beta play, I think. But overall, plenty of reasons for to keep trading up in terms of news and what's happening lately for pump. I think there's many reasons for this to keep trading higher, especially if we move into quite a bullish Q4. Another thing I want to comment on is a tweet, or at least some wallet tracking. I'm going to put the tweet on the screen now, but as we can see, this guy is tracking a wallet currently short 75 mil worth of pump and is down 46 mil on the position as of right now, with a liquidation just 30% away at a 0.0111, which we can see is up here around a 30% move away. You'll find, especially as of lately, these sort of large positions get targeted quite a lot. He got liquidated for 30 mil on Pepe back in May, plus a few other coins losing around 30 mil USD. This position also counts for 11% of the open interest on Hyperliquid and 6.3% of worldwide OI. So this is massive, and you'll find that because there's such a large position like this, you'll find that these positions can get targeted. Obviously, these sort of players will add to their position and often move their liquidation price, but with a position this big, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. For that reason, I was initially looking at shorting pump into the Saturday high, but overall, because I saw this liquidation is only 30% away, I think for now it's definitely a place to be a little bit cautious shorting pump, and we'll talk about price action now, which as of right now has sort of signaled a place of exhaustion for pump. We can see into this area on the monthly VWAP, and also now for the first time some strong sell signals on the quarterly VWAP. But overall, I don't think I want to short into this flow. With the quarterly currently trading above the 3 standard deviations of the VWAP, it's in quite an imbalanced market, and I think right now this is something that you want to try and avoid trading into. It's a harsh trend right now. This is signaling that there's a very harsh trend. The chances and the probabilities of price trading above the 3 standard deviations is minimal. So not something I'm massively interested in shorting into right now. We had a nice buy signal this morning, moving down into that minus 2.5 to 3 standard deviations. Also the Z score on the lower time frame moving down into that lower -2 score. This often marks a really nice place for a reversal, as we can see multiple times, and gain some buy signals. I personally missed this as a buy signal, but I would have taken a long on it if I had saw it. Taking a look at the lower time frame, we have like standard market structure set up right now on pump, which we can see we have like a support area that breaks down, price deviates, reclaims, and from here, if price is bullish and if structure is going to lead to a new leg up high, we should see this sort of reclaim set up here, lead to fresh highs, and then I think even break out and target that liquidation price. So for that reason, I'm going to continue to look for potential long triggers for pump this week. We have a big week in terms of economic data. We have FOMC on Wednesday, so we have to see how majors play out. But in terms of a reversal for pump and looking at a short, I don't think I'm too interested in a short just yet. Something that would interest me in a short is if we can start to break back inside and below this 3 standard deviation. So this value area high that I've highlighted here, if we can break back below there, I think that can offer a good place for pump to reverse, maybe even trading back down towards sort of like 0.007, even 0.0065, and back down towards this, listing high, right? So the listing high for the Bybit spot pairing. If we did get a little drop under here, I think we could cool off before legging up and then maybe even going for that, that liquidation much higher. Overall, this is a setup I missed this morning, unfortunately, but a really good one for pump right now that looks like as long as this area holds, it can look at trading up. If we did get a bit of a sell-off back down here towards that -2.5 to 3 standard deviations, I would be interested in looking for a fresh long. But overall, not too fussed in trying to short this just yet, even though I am seeing some, sell-off signs and exhaustion signs for something like pump. Is not really something I'm interested in shorting just yet, based on everything that's happening, based on the liquidation that we have higher and the strong imbalanced market that price is trading in right now. I'd like to see price start to lose this value area high, and if we do, then that's a good place to look at taking some shorts. So that's pretty much going to do it for this week's Moonshot Monday. The coin to keep an eye on for the week is pump. Plenty of opportunities for it. Like I said, this looks really good to move up, and I think anyone that's shorting right now is going to get blown out as long as this sort of structure area holds. When we take a look at the flow, with that liquidation really close you know, that 0.01 with the spot bid that we've seen from Pump over the past week. Since that Binance listing on the 12th of September, we can see spot has been climbing and climbing and climbing, quite a big spot bid for Pump. And then quite a lot of OI built up over the past day, or at least through the morning, Asia into EU session, and we can see potentially some selling coming in from futures. So funding starting to decline with OI, and also futures looking like it's selling. This could be a recipe for a bit of a squeeze this week. As long as we see this baseline area hold, I do think Pump looks good for a leg up going into that 0.011 area this week. That's going to do it for this week's Moonshot Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed. The coin to watch for the week is Pump, just in case you missed that. If you like these episodes and this new series, please let me know, leave a like, and I will catch you guys on Tuesday, so tomorrow, for my week ahead market review. Catch you then. Bye bye.